What is up, YouTube? Murderous Enemy here, coming at you with how to get the Dawnstar in Skyrim. The Shrine of Miranda. I totally slaughtered that name. It's directly west of Solitude. I apologize for that. Real quick note here before we actually get started is there's a dragon shout that's actually on the wall right before we get started. It's directly to the left before you go into the shrine. If you want to pick up that shout if you haven't already, it is one of the 3 of Elemental Fury, and so if you don't already have that already, then you might want to go pick that up before you actually start the quest. So, to get started, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to actually go to the temple before actually starting this quest. She's going to say go find this beacon. For me, it was by a giant in a chest locked under, it was like an adept chest, it wasn't too hard. So for me, that's what it was. For you guys, it might be somewhere scattered. It's different every time. So I've had it in a dungeon before. So it depends on who you are, or it depends on your game. So to get started, you just have to go to her, and she's going to say, find the beacon that you saw me just put that down in the statue. That's what that round thing was. So you just start her, and she'll say, go find it, and then it's just the arrow on your map. Nothing too difficult. So this whole, I was pretty surprised with this whole quest. I've never done it before, so it was pretty interesting in actually starting it, because it's a pretty straightforward task. I mean, she tells you to go find her beacon, you go and find it, it's different every time. And then you bring it back, and then it's basically you're her minion running around this entire maze, trying to, or not maze, but it's a dungeon. It feels like a maze because I was completely lost at some parts, but you're just running around. It's pretty straightforward. She actually helps you out. The whole thing is get the light back into the temple. It was taken over by some sort of darkness. It has nothing to do with the main quest line. It's some other form of darkness. It looks like pure darkness, actually, because there are a bunch of shadows. So basically all you have to do through this whole thing is you just run through and you activate these like orbs that like make the shadows go away. So in an effort to save time, I'm just going to speed through this video here in the fast forward mode. So as you can see, just basically it's a lot of just running around. It's pretty straightforward. Follow the main quest line. But the Dawnstar is actually worth it, in my opinion, when getting the sword. It's not really a sword. It's more of either a short sword or a dagger, but it's not like a dagger like the Maroon's razor. It's more of a short sword, but it has quite a bit of damage. It has 15 fire damage as well, on top of whatever the damage is. Upgrading it, I'm not entirely sure on how to do that with the legendary. Just bring it to any sort of blacksmith and upgrade it, and it'll tell you how to do that. But this dungeon isn't too hard. They're pretty basic figures. You could probably do it within the whatever level you are. You could probably get through it if you put in the time. It wasn't too hard for me. I mean, I'm a master mage, so I was just conjuring up some guys when it got a little out of hand, and then just walking through the maze. Just a lot of jumping around and not really knowing where to go. So like there were some parts in it that I got lost, but then I realized there was actually a door to my right. And that saved me like 10 minutes because I had no idea what I was doing. I was trying to jump on these different sort of things. I don't know. I just edited that part out. So here we are, just running through continuously. There's a lot of chests in here too. There's a lot of good stuff you can actually scavenge out of here. A lot of gold and a lot of potions. So that could help you guys out too. But a little bit more on the Dawnstar. It actually goes well with the Spellbreaker, which is a shield. I'll be making a video on that shortly, on how to get the Spellbreaker. It's the best shield in the game, but they look exactly alike. I mean, they look like they were meant to go together. They both have that like glowing angel heavenly effect sort of to look at. So here we are in the final room going in. I was just preparing myself here. I actually go in with a spell of Blizzard that totally wipes these guys out, as you'll see here shortly after I equip Incinerate for whatever it is. Here we go with the Blizzard, and this just one hit took everybody out in the room. Like I said, it wasn't too hard getting through this entire dungeon, so you killed everybody. So once you kill this guy, the angel thing that was talking to you is just gonna say, go pick up my sword, take it out of like the stone, kind of like the sword in the stone, kind of like that, you know, from the movies. But nothing too difficult. Just walk up on the stairs, push A, and you're gonna fly up again into the heavens, and then you're gonna talk to her for the second time. So here we are, taking the sword out of the stone, and then everything gets all bright, and you go back up into the heavens. and then you get to fly like above Skyrim. It's pretty cool. So there you are, flying above Skyrim. There you are. It's actually pretty scary to fall down, I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to die. That was pretty freaky. So here we are. That's the Break of Dawn. That was the quest that was called. What? Anyways, pretty nifty little sword. Like I said, it's not really a sword and not really a knife. It's more of a short sword or in between. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you can pick the beacon back up. I didn't really try. I didn't really have any use for it anyway. So there it is. The Dawnbreaker burns 12. What is that? Burns 12 fire damage and has has a special effect on the undead as well. So this is mainly like I said, it's just like a heavenly sword or some sort of angel type sword. I don't know. I tried it here on my Frost Atronach. It didn't really do a lot of damage, even though it had that fire effect. I'm sure if you go and you upgrade it to the legendary at any sort of blacksmith, it'll be a lot better. Plus, I don't have anything in one-handed or swords in general, and I'm pretty sure you could probably use enchantments on it if you really wanted to. So it didn't really do anything. So this is what I'm gonna be using it for. I'm gonna put it in my home, in Bree's home of Whiterun. I thought it would make a nice little what is it? A nice little trophy on my little weapons rack here. So I think it looks pretty nice. So there it is on the weapons rack, and then I also put the Maroon's razor next to it. Excuse me. So there it is. So that's how you get it, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. Feel free to rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks.